What I am going to paint is, if I can find it, where is it? Half canvas slideshow, I think. Yes. All right. So that's what I'm going to paint. So just let's have a look at what's there. There is a mocha coffee maker. There is a blue jug. There is a plate. There is a lemon. There are two clementines, and there is a dark drape. There is a table. There is a background with a window in it. Okay, and that's the last time we'll look at that. Okay, so there we are. So what I'm going to do, right, so this here is a linen canvas board, okay? And it's about 14 inches by 12 inches, okay? So, and what I'm going to do is paint initially in black, okay? And for this, I'm using acrylics because acrylics is just easier to use in this situation, and I'll probably get it done more quickly, to a more finished degree than I would if it was oils. Where I think I'd probably like to wait until it's sort of set a bit before I can continue painting. With acrylics, I'm thinking that I'll get further along in the painting. So let's go back to the canvas. I'm not going to be painting sort of lifelike stuff. Now, what else is there? Because there's not only the fact that we've got those objects, there's a couple of other things to consider, right? That this is a painting. We are painting a painting, and in order for a painting to be shown, there will be a frame. Okay, so that's another consideration. Where there is a painting, there is a viewer. That's another consideration. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking along those lines. Now, I did sketch this out before, so I'm going to say, right, so I'm going to put a frame on this. Okay, so like that, there, like that. That's why I did that. I was sitting in a restaurant earlier on today with my sketchbook, going through this. So I think that the Italian coffee maker, which I think is kind of like a kind of an item of design of that time. Really, it's that's the shape of it, isn't it? That's the Italian coffee maker. Okay, so I think, and if you viewed it from the top, it's not a hexagon. I don't know how many sides there are. There's eight or something, or one, two, three, four. There's eight. Yeah, eight sides to it. So, all right. So it's almost like it's like a hexagon. But I'm going to put it that shape down here first. Okay, so like that, and that. So there, my first strokes there is that that shape, like the coffee maker. Okay. Now, I like that the fact that there's a plate there, but I'm going to reserve a space around there for it. There's the table. Okay, so the table. Let's have a look. We'll have a table, perhaps like that. A representation of the table. Maybe like that. There is a jug. Let me put in the jug. And it was kind of an elegant jug. And there's a kind of a way that the jug comes across that. I don't want it to meet that that line just there. I want it to actually traverse the line. So I get a kind of an intersection there. That'll do. We only need half the jug to show that the jug is that shape. And I can connect that jug to there. That jug there. The plate. The plate can be here. Let's have a look at that. Okay. There's the handle. The handle of this Italian coffee maker, and I think if it comes there like that, they usually have a kind of a curve like that, and then they come down like that. So there's all of that is the coffee maker. Okay, so I'm going to put that handle down there like that. And meet it up there. Angular 1920s stuff. And if that's there, then I can have a line coming down there like that and extend that down there. I've got my jug coming down there. Now, what else can I do here? Got that intersection there. Let's make that into a frame. There, like that. That can be extended up there. Okay. Oh, there is a cloth. There is a dark cloth. So that can come like that. Let's have a look up through there. And maybe I can intersect that can come there. And this is different every time I do it. I've done this about 4 times. There's the waste of that coffee maker. So this is not the same way you would paint a picture, like a normal still life. Okay, so we need to get that lemon in. So let's see where that can go. So that is the jug there. The handle of that jug. Where can we put that? Let's have a look before I get lost. Let's fill that in. The handle of the jug can go there and intersect that. That's the handle of that jug. I'm going to fill in that side because I want that to be dark. There's the spout. Okay. And that is dark. That is the dark cloth. The plate. The plate can be there. That's the round plate. Can I do that there? That's the round plate. There, 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 which mimics the top of the coffee maker. Oh, we have the fruit as well. Sorry, I'm just That's the cloth. And then that can go all the way over to there. I think most of this is actually done at the drawing stage. Let me get my cloth. Ah, yeah. Right, so Clementine. Clementine can go, one can go here. Clementine. Maybe the lemon can go in here. Okay. Shadow. And the shadows are just flat. I'm just going to let that set for a minute. Plate. That's our table going across there. So right, so now the colors that I'm using, let me just show you the colors. Yeah, so what I've got here is, well, I'll go from here. I have no white on here because I'm trying to achieve a kind of a monochrome sort of effect. So that's titanium buff, cadmium yellow medium, yellow ochre, cadmium red medium, ultramarine blue, and that's phthalo blue. Phthalo, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Phthalo blue and black. Okay, so those are the colours that I'm using. Canvas. Right, so I shall, just so that I know where the hell I am in this painting, I'm going to put in the lemon there. Okay, and I'm going to put in a clementine there. And that could change later on, but we'll see. Now, let's grab some yellow ochre and a bit of blue, a bit of titanium buff, and maybe put that in there. And that can go up there. And up there. And I think the job is to separate out these areas because it's like it becomes like a map. You've got to keep it, the colours separate so you can actually see what's going on. If you see what I mean, if you think of an old map and the sort of all the British Empire parts were pink, but then you look at any map and the colours next to each other. There's no rhyme, no reason for the colours, but they're just different from the colour next to them. So let's grab some blue and titanium buff, and that gives me a kind of a nice subdued kind of blue. And there's my blue vase. So that plus that dark is the vase. And the plate can be blue, which is actually remarkably true to life because it is a blue plate. I'm going to fill that in blue for the moment and move over to a red part, red plus yellow ochre plus a little bit of titanium buff, and that can go there. I kind of suspect that their paintings grew sort of, that can go in there as a red as well. So that's the handle of the jug. Let's put in a different blue and a coffee maker. You know, if you had loads of time, you could do this in oils over several days. Funny thing is, I was reading about Picasso and Braque, is that they would ask each other, you know, what they thought and if the painting was finished or not. So they wouldn't sort of they wouldn't do anything until one had agreed that the painting was finished, which is kind of remarkably broad-minded, I think. So let's have a look. Let's get some more. Let's get a kind of a more red ochre color. So red plus yellow ochre, and put it in where? Maybe in here, surrounding that lemon. There's no guarantee that any of this will work. And I can obliterate my lines a little bit because I can always come back over them later. And the fun part starts further down the line in my short experience of painting a Cubist painting. Now, what can we do up here? See if we can get a green out of what we've got here. So blue plus burnt, plus yellow ochre gives us a kind of a subdued green. Get rid of that. Okay, and here too. Right. So let me just do something with that lemon. Fill that there. This bit is the cloth. That bit is the jug. Okay, right. I have to keep reminding myself where the things are. Okay, so that's the jug. That's the thing. Okay. Now, let's grab some yellow ochre, red, and a bit of blue together. So I want to get a dark, sort of brownish colour. And make some kind of impression on that gradation in there, which is not describing any particular thing. It's just because I want to make the thing look the way I want it to look, really. I'm going to lighten up that blue jug. Not that much. Grab that there. Okay. Now, what can I do? I want to do something. I want to sort of reiterate that idea of a frame. So I'm going to put that down there like that. Make sure I've got the right amount, so that can come down there like that. And across there like that. Let's get some yellow ochre and yellow, cadmium yellow, and a bit of titanium white. I'm going to make that a kind of a lighter bit around here. A bit more red. And that clementine, make that a bit more vivid, but no sort of no hint of shading, you know, to make it three-dimensional. Just kind of unlike me. I'm just going to change my brush for a moment. Okay. Right. So let's start sort of highlighting bits out of this. Let me grab some yellow ochre and titanium buff. I'm feeling my way forward. If I put that, yeah, put that down there like that. Put that there. Let's do that plate a little bit more. This pink, I'm going to kind of make that more warm. And make the red a bit darker here coming out. Because it is a frame after all. Around that lemon, let me lighten it up, lighten it up. And make sure that stepping of the handle is there. It needs a red here. I'm going to change the handle. There. A bit of Braque stuff I want to put in. So I'm going to grab some titanium buff, some yellow, and some maybe phthalo blue. So I wonder what that's like. Oh, that's nice. Phthalo blue is lovely, but I want it to be light. Right, let me, what was I going to do? Oh yes, that's right. Okay, so there, this jug here. Now I don't know why I stopped the cloth there, but it doesn't offend me, so I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so what else can I do? Here, I'm going to do the same thing around this one. Now, I'm not particularly fond of that pure black. It's Mars black. I found it amongst my collection of acrylics. Who's that made by? Reeves. Yeah, I think I got it off one of my students at one point. So what I'm going to do is get phthalo blue, okay? I want to base my dark on phthalo blue rather than black. So I'm going to put that there. There will be black in it, I think. Maybe put in a bit of red. So it becomes a kind of a dark purple. Phthalo blue is great color for intense blues and intense colors. But you have to be careful of it because it gets into your brush, you know, goes right to the root of the what do you call it, the bristles up against the ferrule, and you can't get it out again. It takes ages to wash it, but it looks really nice, I think. So I'm basing my dark on phthalo blue rather than just black. There's the kind of handle. Butt it up against the. I wanted 3 sort of steps, but I'm not sure I'll be able to get them. No, I'm not going to push it. That can come down there like that. This up. So, oh, this is what I was trying to get across to you earlier on, or perhaps I wasn't explaining myself very well. But the fun part is kind of from now on, because the shapes are all over the place, and you just have to make sure that they're reasonably pleasing. Uh, and it's the filling in of the gaps that's the joyous part, I suppose. Around here, let's do that. I mean, it's almost like you're making stained glass. Get some more phthalo blue. And it's an opportunity to use lots of paint as well, isn't it? Because you're not trying to finely manage some part of a painting. At least not yet, anyway. And I think my tendency with colour is to get quite bright. And they say that the Fauves were sort of much more toned down, I think. So, and I tried, but maybe it's just not my thing. My colours always seem to end up being really rich. So I'll just try and tone it down a little bit more. I'll put a bit more burnt umber into that mix. Sorry, not burnt umber, yellow ochre. I don't need the heavy black line everywhere. Yeah, like that. And in here. You can use plenty of paint. Oh, this all around here. Should do that. Do I need a shape up here? It mightn't be a bad idea. Yellow ochre, I think it is. Okay, more brackisms, I think, are required. I'm going to get that light again. That's the opening of the jug. There's a pattern on this jug. It's not at all the pattern that's actually on the jug. All that I'm saying is that there is a pattern on the plate, sorry. Okay, so that will do there. Let me go back to the darks again, bouncing around like I do in any painting from one part to the other. Try and bring it all sort of forward, more or less at the same time. It is fun. Yeah, I like that sort of that blue. But check out Juan Gris. I think his colours are fantastic and beautifully wrought paintings. That coming down there like that. Well, that's a nice kind of gives an effect unexpectedly. Even here, maybe I can do that there. I'm just dry brushing now because there's kind of a good tooth on this this canvas board. And also maybe I can grab some titanium buff. Dry brush that. And come back in again with some yellow ochre. Now, what can I do to make the thing look up a grey with the yellow ochre? It never turns out exactly the way I expected. I'll make those joins a little bit finer. And here, could do with the red, I think. I think that's almost the way you would think of it. It could do with this color. I think I'll put this color here. You're not governed by the by reality. I think it'd be nice to link up those lights all the way along there. Grab that light again. Put it all the way across there. And even to delineate that, that handle on the inside. Because why not? And even there and there. Might make it a feature of this painting actually. So and even the plate, the round plate. And we need a handle, don't we? We need a handle for the, or not, yeah, the kind of little knobble that's on the top of your coffee maker. Let's put it there. Let's put it on top of that line. And then that makes that look like an eye, which is brings us into the painting. There's us. There we go. There. And then we can sort of start dry brushing in. Do you know what I mean by dry brushing? Have you ever any of you ever done dry brushing? You can do it in oils, but it's much easier to do it in acrylics. where you get a brush, you load the brush with not too much paint, and it's pure paint. You don't sort of put any water in this case because it's acrylics, and you just skate across the tops of the tooth, just sort of lightly brush it on. Like that. And then you put on too much. But I mean, if Picasso and Braque were there sort of looking at each other's work, giving each other advice on when it's finished, it must mean that they were sort of modifying and changing the painting as it was going along. So, you know, if they can do it, so can I. Let's grab some titanium buff, put it in that blue, lighten it right up again. Dry brush up there as well. Make that curve more pronounced. Now, that cloth, you probably couldn't see it, but there is a pattern in the cloth as well. Okay, so, and it's red, it's kind of a deep red. So I'm just going to grab some pure, um, pure cadmium medium and put in a pattern, which is nothing like the pattern that's on the, which is on the cloth itself. That's cloth as well, isn't it? Yes. I forgot where I am in my own painting. There you go. That can happen too, and this is cloth too. So I want to define some of the the coffee maker here. So I'm going to put a couple of lines in there and in there, and make this bit up here more definite. The framey kind of look to it. I'm not going to finish it. It's kind of mystique sort of there, I suppose. And I'm going to put that up there. And I'm going to put that up there too. And finish that frame bit there. But you're not getting off that lightly. I'm going to keep going. Grab some phthalo blue. Put those there like that. This part here, that needs to be resolved. I like the way that that is actually going away into the green grey. So I'm going to make some more green grey. Yeah, and I'm going to dry brush that up into that dark because why not? And you start thinking about, well, you know, what way do I want this thing to look rather than anything else? There we go, and I can have that gradation coming up. Juan Gris was good at this kind of thing. I think that was his speciality. Had a wonderful sense of color. Even that can be graded up to there. And that there, that there. Do you know what? I might just make that look less real, as unreal as I possibly can. Let me grab some dark blue. I think I might continue that out as well. As if the layers are kind of overlapping each other and creating a shadow, which I don't know whether if that's what the Cubists did, but why not? They never came to my podcast, so I don't know them anything. And maybe darken that up, coming around there. I kind of like that idea. Even though I just made it light a moment ago, just making it darker again. I think I might sort of make that narrower, a finer kind of line. Make sure I've got, yeah, okay, well, make that fine. That paint is still very malleable and wet. Graduate that out. Not because it's describing the depth of the object. It's just treatment of the block of color. What way can I make this look better? I suppose is the plan. There we go, up there like that. There. Right. Okay. I'm going to lighten up that. Lighten into here. So it's all kind of, the objects are flat. Well, in this painting anyway, the objects are flat, but the planes of color aren't. It's as if they're kind of overlapping each other. I need to go over that handle again. I'm not happy with that, with this handle. I'm going to come down a bit. There. And I want to work on that lemon as well. Bring that all the way down to the bottom. Get the yellow. I'm going to add a little bit of red to that yellow because there. Push that out a little bit so I can fill that space a bit more. And then I'm going to put a line around it in dark. And rejig this line here. There. Right. So, where are we? I'm not going to do much more than that. Let me just change it to tincture and move that around. Not sure where you can. That's my attempt at a Cubist painting.